Welcome, online Science 110 students, environmental science. My name is Peter Milligan, and I am the microbiology, immunology, and environmental science professor at the University of Maine at Augusta, on the Augusta campus. I've been studying and teaching environmental science for 20 years, and glad that you've chosen to take this course online with me as your instructor. In fact, both my graduate degrees are in environmental science, and I'm really interested in it, and I think it's an important thing for people to think and talk about. I'll just give you a little overview, and then we'll go over the syllabus, and I'll show you a little bit about how the course works on Blackboard. The course is delivered and assessed through Blackboard Academic Suite, and also the website esciencelabs.com. If you've used Blackboard before, then you should be familiar. If not, then you'll have a small learning curve to find out what is where and how it works. I run both the lecture section and the lab section off of one Blackboard site, and there are different folders for different parts of the course, all underneath the content section. The course runs Monday through Friday, January 17th to May 12th, 2017. So Blackboard software is designed to give you and me areas to view presentations, share ideas, post work. There's going to be some recorded MP4 YouTube videos for the week. They'll be posted under course content, as well as the accompanying PowerPoints that I use to make them that go along with the text that you need to purchase for the course. Other postings will be weekly or bi-weekly online discussions of the class questions, and then also do-at-home laboratories. The laboratory kits can be purchased at the UMA bookstore, and instructions for doing the labs will be online at esciencelabs.com. Sometimes I will supplement that with postings on Blackboard. All exams are going to be done through Blackboard as well, and all of your work will be posted to Blackboard in assignments and not emailed directly to me. There's probably 2 to 3 pieces of work you need to do every week and send to me, and there's over 50 of you, so I can't accept work through email. It needs to be posted through Blackboard so I can keep track of it. Otherwise, I've got 150 pieces times 17 weeks of information to keep track of who's done what where, and Blackboard does that for us, so you got to make sure that we figure out how to submit our work in the assignments that are posted on Blackboard. Discussion boards will also be monitored by me, and my answers to emails with important questions about class material will be posted on the announcement section of Blackboard so the entire class may benefit. So I suggest checking discussion board and the announcements at least a couple of times a week. And I will also, whenever I have an announcement, I will click on a button that also sends you an email to tell you that I have the announcement. When you have a question for me during the course, you might want to check these areas first to see if it's already been answered. If not, it's best if you email me directly at my work email at peterm@maine.edu, so you can make sure that I get to your question. And I'll attempt to reply to all questions promptly, all emails within 48 hours. In general, I don't reply to emails that are sent to me over the weekend until the following Monday. So if you email me Friday night at 10 o'clock and you don't hear back from me until Monday, don't get upset. I'm not blowing you off. I just, I don't work, the course is not 24/7. The course is Monday through Friday and during working hours. So while I do tend to respond to emails at all hours of the night, if you don't hear from me over the weekend, don't worry, I'll get to it. So in addition to email, I'm going to have an online office hour on Thursday mornings at 10 a.m. We're going to do this through Google Hangout, and in the past, not many people have utilized this. Many people can't make this office hour. That's fine. I just want to be online once a week, where I'm here and you can talk to me directly, so that for those of you that can't get into my campus office hours, you know that you can always interact with me face to face at least once a week. And the Google Hangout, I'll invite everyone. I think it maxes out at 16 people. So if there are 16 people in my office hour, you have to wait till someone gets out and then you'll be pushed in automatically. That's never happened. Usually, no one's coming. So, but I will be there for you if you need me. So, I also have on-campus office hours, Monday afternoons, 1 to 3 p.m., Wednesdays, noon to 1, and then Fridays afternoon for an hour or two. It's always important to make appointments when you want to come see me. If you come by and drop by, you might be disappointed, especially as the semester goes on. What happens is my time gets taken up with students who have made appointments, and those people who have made appointments get first preference. So if you show up on a Friday afternoon and there are 3 people ahead of you, you might have to wait an hour and a half to get in to see me. So, just email and say, I want to see you at this time. Is that free? And I'll say, sure, come see me. And we can set it up. And then that'll be that. Let's talk about assessments. Assessments will be primarily exams, tests online, weekly laboratory assignments, and the discussion boards. And all that's going to happen online. Everything that's due in a particular week will be due by noon Friday of that week. So everything, I'll show you the website, everything's marked with the Monday, the beginning of the Monday. All the folders are marked the Monday date. If something's due that week, it's due that Friday by noon. After noon on Friday, the assignment may disappear and you may not have a chance to turn it in, or some assignments may not disappear, but then work turned in after noon will be marked late and downgraded. Take-home exams. Exams for this class will both have a take-home essay component that you'll have 5 to 7 days to complete, and then you'll also have a timed test component, multiple choice online. Usually I give you way more time than you need to do the tests. Really, my primary goal in testing you is that you learn the material. I realize some people will look at the multiple choice portion of this and say, "Oh, now I have time to look it up," and I don't advocate that. I advocate learning the material, then taking the test. But once the time is up, the test needs to be submitted in order to get credit. So even though you might have 3 hours to do 100 questions, it's a good idea to be prepared when you go in and take the test. It's important also to participate in all the lab discussions in order to get credit. You'll see that the course is divided up into 3 sections. At the end of each section, there's an exam. Once that exam period for that section is over, all of the labs and discussions for that section will be closed and there'll be no way to make them up. So, for example, the first part of the course is small. It's only 4 weeks long. So there's 3 weeks of posted lectures, readings, a couple of labs that you need to do, and 3 discussion questions. And the labs are due weekly, as are the discussion questions, although I usually give you 2 weeks to do discussion questions. And then if they're not turned in, you still might be able to turn them in that first section of the course, but you would be downgraded. All the labs and all of the discussions that go with that first part of the course before the first exam is due will disappear after the first exam is over. So, and you won't be able to make them up. So the reason I do this is because it's important that people keep up with the work. The work that I assign in a particular area has to do with the subject material that we're working on. It doesn't do you any good to go back at the end of the semester and hand something in that was meant to help you do well on the first exam. So it usually works out pretty well. I'm not overly concerned. I just wanted you to be aware, and I will post all this and remind you of all this so that you can get all your work in on time and do well in the course, which is the whole goal. So So we have a take-home part, or essay component, and a multiple choice. It's important that you read the syllabus carefully to understand when things are due and what you should be doing each week. In the past, I've put up a due dates calendar, which has not really worked out well. So this year, I'm going to try something new, where at the beginning of every week, I email you a reminder of what should be read that week, what should be discussed that week, and what is due that week by noon on Friday. So if there's any confusion, all you have to do is go to the announcement for that week and see exactly where you need to be. It's also posted on the syllabus. So it'll be a reiteration of what we're going through every week, so people know exactly what's going on. Now, most of these assignments we're doing are not large. They're not difficult. It's a 100 level class. There's no term paper. There is one lab in the beginning that's about writing a lab report. It's probably the most challenging thing that I'll ask you to do. Usually people really like the discussion section because we'll bring up some points that are made in the book, and then we'll try and, if I can, pull examples out of the newspaper within the last year or two that pertain to that locally, if not globally, so that we can sort of apply some of what we're thinking about to what we read in the newspaper and what's going on in our lives with the environment. All right. So I'd like to go over the syllabus now, if I can figure this out.